Alright, let's talk Texas Chainsaw. This movie is intended to be a direct sequel to the original as if all the in between movies didn't happen. And it follows the lone survivor of a massacre years later as she seeks redemption and revenge for the murder of her friends. Wait a second, haven't I seen this movie before? Ah, right. I feel like the Texas Chainsaw creators saw how successful Halloween 2018 was and literally just wanted to monetize on the same exact idea. And personally, I think Halloween did it a lot better. But Texas Chainsaw literally said copy and paste. Just turn Michael to Leatherface and Laurie Strode to Sally Hardesty. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really have high hopes for this movie to begin with, so it's not like I'm entirely disappointed. And I will say it was an okay movie, like it was entertaining, I didn't dislike it, but I feel like it did no justice to the original Texas Chainsaw. If you like the brutality and the gore and the violence of horror movies, which I personally do, this one is definitely worth checking out because there are some creative kills and it does get really gruesome. And like the bus scene specifically is super fun. The problem with the brutality though is I feel like the reason the original Texas Chainsaw was so successful was because the lack of that. Like in the 74 Texas Chainsaw, everybody swears they see the meat hook go in her, but you don't see anything. But I almost find that what your mind comes up with and fills in the blanks with is almost worse than what you actually see. And I think the lack of what you see is what made the original Texas Chainsaw so successful and memorable. And I understand that we as a society are a lot more desensitized than they were in the 70s, but I just feel like this movie did not convey what the original did. I also do like how it made fun of like these younger generations and how their only defense of a killer would be to live stream and take videos of them. But other than that, like the characters weren't really that likable, the plot was kind of lame, and like I said, I feel like it overall just lacked originality. Without giving away any spoilers, I actually really did enjoy the end of this movie and it did redeem a lot of it for me. Some of you have probably heard me say before that I hate happy endings in horror movies, and that's where I thought this one was going. And again, I don't want to give anything away, but I was pleasantly surprised with how it ended. Overall, I'd probably give this like a 4 or like a 4.5 out of 10. Again, I didn't dislike it, like I wasn't bored during it, I was entertained, but it's not one that I would go back and watch again. It is not as bad as Texas Chainsaw 3D, but also does not come anywhere close to the caliber of the 74 Texas Chainsaw.